Greetings and welcome back to this channel. So glad you could join me on today. We have a lot to unpack. In deciding what I wanted this particular broadcast to be about today, there's a lot going on within the industry. Going back to what Cat Williams said earlier this year, how a lot of will be uncovered. That is exactly what has happened. I want to focus today on Jaguar Wright. Now, she is a phenomenal singer, very talented sister, and she is now known as a whistleblower. She is exposing the industry's deepest, darkest secrets. And she is also calling out those celebrities that society as a whole, especially those within the FBA, Foundational Black Community, descendants of slaves. This is a part of our culture, but it goes a little deeper into that. We have always been the type of people who have been extremely talented. Unfortunately, for so many of us, we don't really know who we are. Our history can go in various directions depending on who you are and what you actually subscribe to. It is my belief that we have a very rich history that goes all the way back to the beginning of time. So with that being said, the skills and the abilities that we have as a people, they are admired by the world. Yet and still, we are persecuted, and we have to do certain things and participate in certain organizations. We have to bow down in a way to the powers that be in order to get where we want to be. And unfortunately for us, although we bring forth so much talent, so much creativity, we have invented so many things as foundational Black Americans or American descendants of slaves. I really want to be specific on that when I talk about Black Americans, okay? As I said before, we are exalted around the world, and at the same time that other nations are profoundly intrigued with what and how we do things. Because other nations have certain powers and certain social constructs, a lot of times the talent, which is who we are, the talent, the ability, generally has to bow down to a higher system. And I would like to say this with the music industry. Now, music is something that is universal. It doesn't matter where you are within the globe. Even if you just hum a little melody, even if you just sing a little song along your day, music is contagious. Music is a very strong power. And fortunately for so many people, especially Black Americans, we sing from a place where no other group of people can sing from. And it goes back not only here in the United States, it goes back even further, back into biblical times. It's just something about nowadays when we sing or when we perform or when we use the gift that was only given by God to bless other people, in today's society, that comes with a cost. If you want to choose singing as a part of your life, as a part of your career. This sister, Jaguar Wright, as I said before, she's very talented. I recently just heard some of her past concerts from years ago. And she had a dream. She wanted to become a singer. She wanted to share with the world what God had given her. Singing can change any dynamic. Music can change any dynamic. I mean, if you listen to certain music, it has the ability to change your whole attitude, how you feel at that moment. It can inspire you. It can lift you up. So when you have been given a God-given talent such as this, an instrument, which is your voice, and that it helps and it heals and it soothes so many people who are hurting. A lot of people and a lot of children, this is what they want to be. And thankfully now we are in the era of information technology. Okay, that's what I even took up in college. Information technology. And we are able to find out information that was never mentioned nor discussed. It was kept under the rug because it had the ability to do that. But now with smartphones, with tablets, even with street cams, everything is being recorded. So now a lot of artists today can simply go online, and this is a blessing, can simply go online with their art or with their craft, and they can touch millions. They can touch the world. They can self-promote themselves without a label, just based off of these social media platforms that we now have today. But this was not the case 15 and 20 years ago. This was not the case prior to 20 years ago. Back then, we didn't have this thing called social media. The internet was just really brought onto mainstream, where anybody could access it. It was new. So the things that our people and the things that entertainers, athletes, and all of your prominent people of the earth or of these United States, they had to do certain things that the general public had no idea the leaps and bounds that they had to go through in order to make it to the top, as they say. So our girl Jaguar Wright dreamt of always blessing the world with her gift that was given from the Most High. Music to her, as for so many, healed her spirit. It made her feel good. But for so many of our people who are out here on mainstream, they had to do some deplorable things that are just, they're despicable. Yet they're still able to come out to the cameras, yet and still they're still able to walk out as if nothing is going on, as if I didn't just have to do what I did last night and you would never know because I'm smiling. I'm engaged in whatever conversation or interview or whatever the case may be. I'm engaged. I've had to put on a mask because only if you knew what I just had to do a few hours ago in order to keep this status. And for so many, this is not a surprise. For so many, we now know, thanks to technology, that a lot of people have sold their soul. A lot of people were willing to sacrifice their own people. So many of us developed this dangerous, could be deadly sin called pride, where you exalt yourself as a god and untouchable. And that is the case with so many of our celebrities that we have looked up to, that our children are now looking up to, that our parents use or looks up to, and so forth and so on. These are the people, not knowing, just as what they call a fan, not knowing the things that these people have to do in order to be relevant. But back in the day, during Jaguar's time, she saw a lot of stuff. She knew of a lot of things. Now, it seems like it's a lot of people to us, but the circles are pretty much tight in those types of societies. So, Jaguar was on her way to the top. Yet, the rug was pulled from her feet. And can you imagine? That has to hurt. Where you feel like you've made it this far, you've gone to countless auditions, you've sung in front of the right people, you were in the right spots at the right time in order to rub elbows with who you needed to rub elbows with in order for you to get to that next level. She was out there. As so many others who we call that has fell off. But did they really fall off? Did these people, Jaguar Wright and many others, Lauryn Hill and many others, did you dodge a bullet? Because we are at the stage now where everything is being uncovered. Now this is not new to me, but for so many people, it's shocking. They can't believe it. They need more evidence. They need to hear what the judge is going to say about it before they can make their ruling. I mean, come on. That's letting somebody else think for you. You have to count the cost. And a lot of these people cashed in. So Jaguar made it to a certain point. All these people that she mentions in various interviews, shout out to real life street stars. She is so hurt and she knows so much that she has just been like a sponge over the years, soaking everything in. Soaking up all the information. Just like Cat Williams said earlier this year, he got receipts. And I fear for these people. Now, Lauryn Hill said, look, I'm going to perform every now and again, but I'm going to stay out y'all way because I don't have time to fight against spiritual warfare. I don't have time for these principalities. I don't have time for these powers in high places, like your Bible say. I don't have time. So she pretty much stays out the way, but I pray for both Jaguar and for Cat Williams, because they are really exposing it to the forefront, and the stuff is falling like dominoes. However, Jaguar is doing well at this point because she's able to spill the beans from exposure, being around these types of parties, being around these types of people, being around people who know people. And the thing I just fear, because people don't like to be exposed. You can't be outside naked. You can't run to the store anymore up the street from your house. Jaguar, you can't do that. Not by yourself, because you don't know who's watching you. Because you're out here exposing some powerful people. And I don't know if I was in her situation that I would be doing that. Not because, I have to watch my back constantly, but because I need to heal. I need to heal. I feel like she was really hurt by the industry. But she has to look at it in the way that it was a blessing in disguise. Because what if she would have gave in to the powers that be? Or what if they kept the door open for her to come in? She would have been caught up just like everybody else. She would have become contaminated like everybody else. She would have fallen under a spell and a command like everybody else. So I pray for both her and Cat Williams. I pray for their safety, because you are dealing with some very powerful people. Because the people who we think, and I'm not just talking about the celebrities, but I'm talking about the people who runs the people, they definitely cannot and will not be exposed. Even if that means sacrificing their other. I pray that Jaguar can heal. Now, Cat Williams came out in February. He said what he had to say. It was powerful. We're still talking about it today. We still got record of it, of everything that he said. And he let it go. He's not consistently talking about it. But my sister right here, she's exposing, and she's like, forget this. Yeah. Hurt people. I'm finna hurt you because you hurt me. And you can't move like that. Because what goes around comes around. The chips will fall in due season. You don't have to fight your own battles. I know Cardi B had that song, Be Careful With Me. I'm fragile. You know who I belong to? You know who I rock with? I rock with the greatest of all times. Like, be careful with me. Because if I pray about something and it's troubling my heart, and I'm trying not to have stuff jumped up in my heart, trying to live peaceably, man, don't let me go and pray about it. Don't let me go and pray about it. And it gets to the point that when you have a relationship and you allow the Most High to heal you, it's like you are free. But the more you keep bringing it up, the more you keep birthing it into your daily life, into your lifestyle, the more you become burdened and you can't heal. And I want her to heal. She's told her story. She tells the story. But to be exposing everybody, I just hope she stays safe. I'm gonna leave you with this. It has always been said that if you want to keep secrets from Black Americans, put it in a book. My people, we gotta get our minds right. We gotta have a renewing of our minds. if we're going in all of these separate directions and we're willing to sell each other off, let me tell you, we are all we got. And that they could have never lied when they said we are all we got. Look around, just be still for a few moments and look around. Check out the newspapers. Check out what's going on around you. We gotta stick together. We gotta look at each other just like we are. We're brothers and sisters. And you can't sell each other out. You can't sell out your people. I just want Jaguar to do her thing. I mean, she's at a point now where it has never been like this. At this point, you have YouTube, you have all types of social media outlets where you can actually share the gift that God gave you without all of the extra mess. She could do that now. Because I enjoyed listening to her concerts. And I listen to music all the time, from jazz to R&B to, now my favorite is my Hebrew Israelite music. I love my gospel Hebrew Israelite music. I love that. I gotta have that first, because that's the only music with a promise. That's the only music that shows you the way to go. But I love almost all genres of music. But she has the opportunity now where she can sing on her own without having to deal with the mess, the drama. Let me know what you think. Please like, share, subscribe, comment below, and let me know. See you in the next video. May God bless.